Hello, YouTube. It is the beginning of the month. The beginning of the month. I changed it up on y'all that time. But anyways, we're here with a rather deep subject. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Old babyface dimples, honey. He gives me a little bit of run for my money. Matter of fact, I think his dimples are a little bit, more deeper than my cheekbones. Who y'all think got it better? The cheekbones or Miss Dimples, honey? Cheekbones or Dimples, honey? But regardless, I think I might win once y'all darn gone hear that darn gone Miss Dimples, honey, done put himself in the darn gone doghouse. So yeah, we here to talk about one of them these people that never ages, why I want to keep calling him Miss because he on some messy shit. That's why. Matter of fact, let me Google search how old he is. I know he's about up there with darn gone Shamar Moore. He is just timeless because he's been 20 something since I was like darn gone two. But however old uh he is, it's like, come on now. You should have known better. My phone is acting up. It's storming. We under a doggone thunderstorm watch. That's probably why my phone won't act the fool. But pretty much he made some transphobic comments, and y'all know I had to give my opinion. Why is my phone doing this, y'all? I wanted to pull up my notes so bad, but now my phone wants to take the time. Let me pause this darn on camera. Okay, y'all, I'm back. My internet temporarily disconnected because, like I said, we are in the midst of a thunderstorm warning. Let me turn y'all to my news real quick. So, yeah, that's what's going on in the 2-6, baby. But back to somebody who I actually found out is 45 years old, Mario Lopez. Done went on the Canace Owen show, and I'm like, what in the world possessed him to go on that damn show? I didn't even know he was Republican, which I don't have a problem with within itself. I have plenty of people that I admire, some people that you wouldn't think I would like. I don't have no problem with. Don't y'all do it to me. But I had no problem with Megan Kelly. And I even darn gone let the blackface comment chopped up as an ignorant moment. Overall, I didn't have no issues with Megan Kelly. Another person who's Republican is Montel Williams. I really admire Montel Williams. Used to be a huge fan when his show was back on. And the list goes on and on of Republicans. So that wasn't the thing with me. I was just surprised that he was one. Um, but then to be a Trump supporter, it's like, okay, it's one thing to be a Republican, but then it comes out that he's a Trump supporter, and then you come from a Hispanic background, so that adds another layer to it because like Anna Navarro said on the View, 70% of naturalized Hispanics actually lean Republican anyway. But then when you align yourself with Trump, it's like, ooh. Then you put yourself on the Candace Owens show and you already know her history. So it's like, damn. I don't even see people like Omarosa going on the Candace Owens show. Like, why is you of all people who's aligned with a liberal based network, and you have, being the sex symbol that you are, you already know you naturally have a LGBT fan base in addition to the women. Why would you not only go to a very alt-right conservative network, an alt-right Republican network? I won't even put that on conservatism. That's just complete alt-right with Candace Owens and what she got going on. But then you say this in the topic of trans women. And I know some of y'all are going to say, well, maybe I'm taking this shit personally. And it's not even about that. It's about the fact that, bitch, 3 strikes you out already. It's like you already had 3 strikes of you going in the damn door. But then you allow her to goat you into the trans topic. Like I'm still trying to figure out why did he even felt the need to sit down with Candace Owens of all darn people. Ooh, that darn gone lightning cutting back. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Y'all might actually hear it this time. I know sometimes I say I'm ignoring the noise and y'all don't hardly hear nothing once I cancel out the noise, but I don't think I'm going to be able to cancel out that lightning strike. But anyways, like I said, what in the world possessed Dargon Dimples to go on Candace Owens? Really, Mario? Now, and then the topic is rather complex because even I feel confused on this issue, and I am of the community, of the T side to be exact. I'm not posting, I'm still flatter than Lupita Nyong'o, honey. The titties ain't there just quite yet, honey. I'm not getting no work done on my face, honey. This is all natural, baby. Peak the darn gonna glow. No highlighter, no. Now I do got a full face of foundation on today for my job interview that I feel that I passed with flying colors in living color. But y'all go check out that video on the topic of my health update and new me, new job, full of hair flourishing and everything. Y'all go check out that last video for that. But back to Mr. Dimples, I'm still confused why the topic of trans people came up in this particular subject. It seems like it was just randomly brought up. I don't know. I know this couldn't have been the dedicated topic. Like, what reason do y'all have to be discussing transgender people for? Why? I'm confused. But whatever brought this conversation up, he initially darn gone said, you know, it's a dangerous position to be in and all that. Now that you put 20 on 10, it ain't necessarily dangerous. I would say maybe it's an awkward position to be in. It's a position that coming from a Christian-based background, you are not prepared for. Like, you supposed to be a journalist, and I use that word loosely because you in the realm of entertainment, but nonetheless, you still supposed to have enough decorum about yourself. You're supposed to have enough years in this game, especially being in this game since a teenager. So you should know about wordplay as somebody on TV in the realm of broadcasting. You should know about, you know, being PC on certain subjects, especially subjects that you don't know of, subjects that are naturally very controversial and polarizing. Like whenever you talk about religion versus science, sexual orientation, um, welfare reform, and you come from a more, upper middle class to a wealthy background, anything that's polarizing on those regards, Democrats versus Republicans, you being in the realm of entertainment television, you supposed to naturally keep more so the PC route. So for whatever reason, I don't know what caused you to go off your PC route and darn gonna say that it was dangerous as opposed to, my family typically don't go for that, but to each his own for it. Like you supposed to darn gonna keep it simple, keep it cute. You supposed to kiss, keep it simple, stupid. But your stupid ass instead want to go and say that it's dangerous and that you personally ain't for it and all this, that, and the 30. And it's like, okay, now this is what I'm not for it with is now then you backpedal once you got the backlash. It's like, no, you might as well double down in it. I hear you already out here talking about you a proud Trump supporter and you darn gonna took your happy ass on the Canace Owens. Don't darn gonna have them have people darn gonna guilt you into backing down. See, that's that shit I don't like. Just like I don't like when people like him do this shit. I don't like when us darn gonna call them out and force them to darn gonna change on positions that they naturally don't feel comfortable with. If you naturally don't feel comfortable, I like to know. Because it's like, bitch, don't fake the phone for me, bitch. Don't fake it for me. So I'm actually glad to know that. Now, granted that it doesn't really do me much good. I never really, you don't have nothing to support. You're not a singer. You're not an actor anymore as far as in movies. So I don't know what it really is to protest as far as my end. I don't watch Entertainment Tonight, so for y'all to do, that's the only thing y'all can do to really affect his pockets. But at the end of the day, it is a unfortunate situation. He could have escaped out of it if he would have used better terminology. That's the only thing I feel that he was personally wrong of. He has the right to his own opinion, and it is a complex subject because when it comes to children who are still in that development stages, your brain doesn't fully start to get 80% developed until the age of 5. So when a child tells you that they were born in the wrong body at the age of 2 or 3, I don't think you should be quick to go into the hormones, replacements, and all that at that early age. And this is coming from somebody who is on the trans side of the community. I feel that that conversation should at least wait until you're about 5 or 6. Once the conscious mind is fully developed, where the child can naturally start to maintain memories and form an accurate thought process, and it's not just gone within 5 minutes. Once you get to like going to school, then if this persists, then you have to sit down. And I'm more upset that a lot of people don't have this discussion and don't welcome the Mario Lopez, because ultimately I'm not really mad at him. I'm more so mad that he flip flop based off of being under pressure. It's like, if we can't have these discussions, how do you expect for somebody to learn if you always forcing them to darn going hush up, because you're not forcing them into accepting you, because he's going to still think what he think. And of all things, doing it this way, as far as y'all going at him, is going to force him to be more, opposed to even mentioning the topic no more. And he's going to have these confused thoughts and going to be afraid to even ask the question, because we don't have sit down conversations no more. We don't. So as far as me now, I know I'm not the largest person on this platform. Honey, I'm not darn on T. Now, I don't even think T.S. I love you, T.S. Madison, but you would not be the ideal person for Mario to sit down and talk with. I would say LeVron Cox, somebody up in that arena could get him together, educate him on the subject. Somebody of the community, of the community of our community, honey. Another one is like a Mia Scott. I'll put her beautiful, gorgeous face over here. Mia Scott is another trans woman that can, lead the subject. Matter of fact, a group of them. Like, you can get a Mia Scott, you can get LeVron Cox, baby. You can get who else up in there? I guess you can put T.S. Madison as somebody who can relate from more of the urban perspective. Because T.S. Madison can still give some jewels and gems. So you can throw her in there as well. And if you want to get a regular, average, everyday person who's very much in the early transit, you can throw my behind on up in there too. But until then, if you are blessed to come across this video, I would say, my thing what I would say was this. I personally don't feel Mario Lopez is wrong per se. Because like I say, even I do not think that the transition process should be as early as 2 or 3 years old. I think we should at least wait till 5 or 6 to have the conversation. And ooh, that thunderstorm cutting up, honey. Thank God this recording still operates offline. But anyways, I think the conversation should happen at around 5 or 6. And if it persists into the double digits, then we might want to consider going ahead and going into the hormone replacement therapy. As a matter of fact, educate the child on the harmful processes of it. That it is going to affect your mood swings and stuff a little bit, but most children are already erratic anyway around that age, so that ain't really that much different. Educate them on the change that's going to happen, depending on the gender that going. If it's a trans man, educate them about Tinky Winky. If they are a trans woman, I'm every woman, even me. Oh, don't know no better. Honey, if they trans women, educate them on, that they going to start developing, tatas up here. And, well, unfortunately, we got the invert team. We got to go through the inversion process. Now, at 10 years old, please do not show them the videos. That's going to scare them. That's going to freak them the hell out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We'll wait until, a couple years on the hormones. Once they get teenager, then you slowly edge in the videos showing them what would happen to the downstairs. And then you have the sex conversation about the dilations and everything, because you got to keep it stretched and everything else. But you don't want to encourage sexual activity. No. So it is a very complex subject. Because with trans women, you got to educate them on the dilation process. You got to educate them on, whether they want, well, with the child, they more likely will go underneath the underarm, since at an early age you won't have enough tissue for that if you decide to get implants as well as a teenager. I know it's Bambi. I include her picture over here. She got her stuff done while she was like 16, 17 years old. She's like 19 now. So I think she went in through the underarm because she's naturally very petite. So she didn't have enough, tatas to, really, because the scarring would be a little thing, especially being black as well. So it's a lot of education that goes into trans women in particular. Trans men, you got to talk about, potential scarring with, removing, you know, the breasts and, developing pecs instead. So somebody that comes from a Christian-based background, I can understand why that subject would be, very awkward. But to use rhetoric like that is very dangerous and all that is like that's very inflammatory language that's not needed. And like I said, it's more so the wording is everything. And he used the wrong choice of wording. Do I think Mario Lopez is outright, transphobic to the degree of Mike Pence? Not in the least bit. This is a person who has gone to GLAAD awards and have gone to other LGBT functions as a sex symbol. He does recognize his darn on LGBT fan bases and been to the Pride Parade. So I think this was just an unfortunate darn on fuck up moment that he can learn from. Like I said, he needs to get with some transgender women to properly educate him on the subject about what to do in this situation with transgenders who find themselves at an early, who are blessed to find themselves at an early age. Because even though I personally wouldn't, if I had it like that, I would have did like Bambi, and I would have gone through it earlier, per se, if I found myself out earlier. But I'm personally not here for it till you're 18, really. That way you don't have to deal with any backlash from any parents. You don't have to deal with any of those legalities. Um, I'm personally here for it at the age of 18. However, scientifically, the earlier you do it, the better. You don't want to be like Miss Darn Gone. You don't want to be like Tales from the Crypt over here. You don't want to be the commercial version of the Klan waiting till your dad ass is damn near 70 years old talking about going through the motherfucking change. Bitch, you done already passed the stage for menopause. You talking about I'm every girl sit the fuck down. So yeah, the later that you wait in life, and especially if you're more of a fairer hue and you're not blessed to have an abundance of collagen, you're not blessed for your skin to shine like doggone pearls, honey. You might look like the white doggone color of pearls, but your skin is not aging like it, honey. So if you're more like you know, this thing over here as opposed to a Christy Brinkley or who else? It's Suzanne Summers is another white girl that looks good. Vonda, yeah, she's another one that looks good. I think that's her name. The 70-year-old woman. She's another darn gone head turner. Betty White was looking good for her age. Like if you're not blessed to have those types of genes, um, and you more like Caitlyn, honey, earlier the better. Earlier the better. Mario Lopez is, Mexican, so mostly he looks like indigenous Indian mixed in with some Spaniard, Portuguese. So once again, and like I said, the baby face, the youth. So with that community, ooh, it is a touchy subject. So he was honest. I can't fault him for the honesty. I blame us more for darn gone forcing people to darn gone be silent because once again, it's like people can't darn gone express like they don't know, and it's like if they don't ask, then how do they expect to know? If you always forcing somebody to just be, silent on these issues. So I welcome the subject, when it comes to, transgender topics. Matter of fact, I was just recently asked about, and I know she probably upset with me, honey. I definitely apologize. But, maybe I don't know if she watches my videos or not. But anybody who's familiar on the conscious side of the community, y'all give this to our girl. She knows who she is. She wanted me to go on a panel as far as speaking from the transgender perspective, and I didn't feel too comfortable. But that'd be a whole nother video within itself. But now that I'm thinking about it, with this topic coming up with darn Mario Lopez, now I'm thinking about that, and I say, oh shit, now Juan, now here's you a hypocritical moment. You darn said, here you is talking to darn Mario saying you should feel comfortable asking the question out. And then here I am feeling darn awkward about going, but that's a whole different perspective though. It's like, honey, I honestly don't feel like being darn ganged up on 901. It's darn one of me. So here's the way to do it. In Mario's situation, he should get a group of, like I said, should get T.S. Madison, Amia Scott, somebody like It's Bambi, all the girls. Get some white ones in there as well. Gigi Gorgeous. I include her picture somewhere up and through here. Princess Jules, get an Asian one up in there. Make it real rounded. Unfortunately, I don't know any Mexican transgenders that are popular. So charge it to my mind, not my heart, sweethearts. So, and like I said, if y'all want to get somebody who's real early on in there, you can go and get me on up in there as well. So yeah. And then of course on the opposite end, you need to balance it out too, because my reservations also with joining the panel full of, conscious black people who have a hatred towards me simply because of who I am. I said it should be balanced. So when Mario Lopez has the conversation with those trans women that I mentioned, those trans women also have to be receptive to having some Christians on the other side. Like, get somebody to balance it out. Get the girl that used to be on The View, that used to be on Full House. I can't think of her name. Let me Google search her real quick if my internet is back up. But if y'all know the Candace Cameron Bure, that's who I'm thinking of. Candace Cameron Bure, you can get her on there. I think she would be good to add to this discussion. Who else is Christian? I can't think of too many people because y'all know I don't fuck with that darn old Bible and stuff like that. No offense to the people who do, but yeah, get an equal amount of people of the faith, and y'all can have a sit down dialogue. Now the only thing I'm thinking of, who should be the middle person to lead the darn charge, honey? Who's gonna lead the girls and the girls, honey? Who's going to lead the girls in my funky Dineva voice? I guess for a host, you can get Anderson Cooper, and then get a straight host. I'm thinking of who can represent for the straight people that is more on the religious side of the spectrum. Megan, okay, I know y'all, I'm going to get some backlash, but here, I want my check. Now, whoever comes out with this, I want my motherfucking check. Y'all be getting these ideas. Beyonce be taking my darn on shit. Safari done took my shit. Now, Mr. Dimples, I want my paycheck for this. So here's the thing. You can spend this and keep your job, because they talking about darn on. You know how oversensitive people is. Now they trying to take your darn on entertainment and the night job away, even though you just signed a darn on multi-million-dollar, multi-year darn on contract renewal with them. So how you spend this is you darn gonna set up a special, educating yourself on this subject. You have a sit down with multiple transgender, not a whole group, not a whole bunch of all white lives matter type shit. Don't do that now. Especially as a darn Mexican that looks more indigenous. So with that being said, I'm going to need to see a Hispanic transgender woman. I need to see at least 2 black transgenders, two white transgenders, and an Asian. So get 6 of them. Asian, 2 blacks, 2 whites, and 1 Hispanic. Whether it's Colombian, Mexican, such as yourself, Puerto Rican, it does not matter. Make sure you have somebody of your community that can somewhat relate to why you have reservations, because in the certain parts of Hispanic communities, it's seen as taboo. Now here's the flip side though. Maybe if you get a Puerto Rican transgender woman, that would add a little bit of controversy, because in the Puerto Rican community, I'm told that they actually welcome like if you come out, they are more accepting in Puerto Rico versus Mexico. is totally shunned upon. So that would be interesting to see the cultural differences even within the Hispanic community, because not all Hispanics are alike. Just like all black people are not alike, you just can't generalize a black American with an African or with a West Indian. So it'd be good to see that difference as well. So yeah, get you a Hispanic, preferably like a Puerto Rican transgender that can give you a little bit of difference of the culture, but can also relate somewhat. Matter of fact, just get two. Get one that can relate and one who can't relate. Two black transgender women. Get one that's urban, like a T.S. Madison or It's Bambi. Get Princess Jules and get a Gigi Gorgeous and have the conversation. And then on your side, get like a Candace Cameron Bure, and then several others. And then the two hosts that will mediate would be Megan Kelly, and then you will have Anderson Cooper. I think that would be the perfect combo right there. Anderson Cooper being the gay, you know, a gay host, and then Megan Cooper being a straight female woman that leans conservative in values. I'm assuming that she would also be Christian as well. So that would be a show right there. And matter of fact, you might can stretch it to a two-part show. And when you do, I want my darn chick. I want my check or autograph or something, a cameo. Y'all gonna start paying your girl for all this darn ideas that I be giving to y'all. Like, come on now, y'all know I got 700 subscribers. YouTube ain't giving me nothing. I don't get no AdSense money. I'm darn gonna take a time to darn gonna educate you on a subject that you don't put your foot in your mouth thanks to darn gonna Canace Owens darn gonna setting the trap up for you. But if you want to darn gonna bounce back with your handsome ass, hit honey, y'all forward this video on over to Mario Lopez. So as far as me, it's really no hard feelings. I feel that this, like I said, is an education moment, and you can't educate people on these types of subjects if you are quick to shun them out. So we need to stop doing that as far as, LGBTs who darn gone jumped on the liberal train and was quick to darn gone advocate for him to be fired and all this. I don't think he said nothing that warrant all that now. He could have used a better choice of words, but when he used the word dangerous, I don't think he was saying it from the same level of disdain as, or not even disdain at all. I wouldn't say him saying that would be equivalent to like a Mike Pence or anybody of that caliber. So I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, especially if he takes this idea up and decides to use this as a teachable moment, and invite and is you know give a platform to not only trans women to have the conversation, but also to give the platform to Christians who are generally unaware of what to do in these situations. Like, you are Christian or you are Muslim or you somebody of the faith, and you have a child that comes out, and not only they come out, but they trans and they only about 5-6 years old. What do? You don't have no friends or anybody that you can go to. Hell, the church queen in the church, she's still quiet. So it's like, hell, you can't go to the darn old church queen 9 times out of 10, because because they still shun in the darn old closet underneath that prayer cloth, and that's a whole conversation within itself about queens in the church, and why I don't even think LGBT should be in the church, to be honest with you. But like I said, that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But as far as this conversation right here, that's what I think Mario should do. Get the panel together, create a 2-episode special about this. Have my girl T.S. Madison on there, Princess Jules from YouTube, Gigi Gorgeous, a couple of Hispanic girls, DivaWuan if you want to, honey. I might go get me some runway curl extensions. Do that one-way curl. Do that one-way curl. Bitch, I'm walking. Honey, shout out to darn gone Mushia. If you want to use some, and this ain't in no darn gone sponsorship deal. This is just me promoting a fellow Congolese sister. But if you want some natural hair extensions that mimic your natural texture, that make your hair go from this and go all the way down to here, without it being no line of demarcation, it matches your hair 100%. It's made by Africans for darn gone people of the African diaspora, honey. Go get you some runway curls by my fellow Congolese sister Mashia. But anyways, that is it, y'all. That's my thoughts on that. Um, I'll get me some runway curls and I'll be down there to the darn on discussion table too, honey. I make for darn on good TV. I can put on a little bit for a little extra for TV if y'all need me to. Y'all just tell me what y'all need me to do now. I come on, we can make some compromises here. I've already done laid out the darn on plot line for you. I done already told you to get darn on Anderson Cooper and Megan Kelly. Matter of fact, I need some producer credit up in here as well. Well, I need some darn on producer credit too. But we'll work out the darn on kinks. But on a serious note, that's what I think Mario Lopez should do. You don't put your foot in your mouth. I don't know what reason you over there with Donald Trump. I honestly don't care. Like my grandma said, this is what gets people effed up anyway. Back in my grandma's time, you didn't supposed to disclose your religion or anything. So Gen X, y'all have this shit to put on yourselves. This ain't no millennial thing. Y'all the ones that start bringing in this darn going, oh, everybody should be, having their religion and stuff disclosed. Back during my grandma's time, honey, you used not to talk about your religion, your politics, your gender identity or anything like that. And you just lived life. Now, of course, when it comes to sexuality and stuff and bringing people home, and now, of course, you had a conversation then, but it was always usually within the confines of your household. And if people disagree, you agree to disagree. It wasn't all this darn on trying to blacklist people and all this vitriol and all that. It's like if somebody really don't f with you, just don't f with them. Just darn on they'll go away once you darn gonna show them on the back end that you're not supporting them financially and all this, that, and the third. But nowadays we want to do all these movements and stuff. So I was with them on that with the movements to a certain extent. But once again, the wording is key. It's not what you say, but it's how you say it. That's the darn on key thing of the day. Once again, Mario, your lesson to learn is not what you said. It's how you said it and who you said it with. Because if you would have said that shit with some more sincerity on your own platform versus a darn on woman who has a natural darn on drive of promoting darn on hatred and favorability of Trump, this shit wouldn't even be happening to you, honey. Because guess what? You ain't really said nothing no more inflammatory than what Candace Cameron Bure has said. And guess what? She's still doing TV shows and everything else. But the difference is she was on a liberal based network and she said it with a lot more sincerity and she didn't really have a overt disdain for the community, just like you don't have a overt disdain for transgenders. I don't get the vitriol from Mario. So I believe that it was just a fuck up moment, just like Candace had her effed up moments. But what the reason why once again you getting the backlash is because of the company that you darn gonna set it around. And it just magnified the situation 10 times more versus if you was over there with people that we know for a fact would not have said it in a hated manner, but just somebody who is confused on the subject and needs a little bit more education on the topic. So that is it, y'all. Go ahead and leave y'all thoughts down below. Both good and bad. I'm not one of these people that don't like people who don't disagree. You can disagree down below as well. I want to point that out there because sometimes some of y'all just thumbs down the video and feel like y'all can't comment. As long as you're respectful, you can comment. Now, once again, I'm just going to say the only restriction is don't say no F words. Don't say no F words, but everything else you can say. Now, if you want to throw some insults, be prepared for some clapbacks because I'm not one to block, honey. I will jump in those comments and read you. So if you want to throw insults, just be prepared for the backlash. But I welcome all comments, both good and bad. I welcome thumbs up and thumbs down. So with that being said, you now are welcome to do whichever one you prefer. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.